The Petaling Jaya Sessions Court found Zayn Rayyan's mother, Ismanira Abdul Manaf, guilty of child neglect today and sentenced her to 5 years in prison. Judge Syahliza Warnoh said that the defense had failed to raise a reasonable doubt against the prosecution's case. She also ordered Ismanira to sign a good behavior bond for 2 years with one surety, with 3,000 ringgit collateral, as well as to serve 120 hours of community service. Earlier, the court had found that Ismanira had committed neglect by allowing Zayn to walk behind her without supervision, which led to his disappearance. Tension later filled the courtroom after the judge rejected a stay of execution application by the defense. Zayn's father, Zayn Zahari, yelled that everyone here will be cursed as the police escorted Ismanira out of court. Zayn, who was in tears after the guilty verdict was handed down, also tried to approach the lawyers and media, but his father intervened to restrain and calm him. On July 21st, the court had ordered Ismanira to enter her defense after concluding that the prosecution had established a prima facie case against her. Ismanira was initially charged together with her husband on June 13th last year, with the charges against them alleging that the couple had neglected Zayn to the point that he had suffered physical harm. Her husband, however, was acquitted and discharged of the same charge. A lawyer representing the family of Zayn Rayyan Abdul Manaf, the 6-year-old autistic boy found dead near a stream close to his home in 2023, has claimed that police have yet to provide any meaningful updates on investigations into the child's death. According to Haresh Mahadevan, the family's repeated attempts to obtain information from the authorities on the status of the probe have been met with silence. The lawyer told Malaysia Kini that they had sent 3 letters to the police earlier this year, but have yet to receive any response. He added that his legal team has also begun the process of filing an appeal against the conviction of Zayn's mother, Ismanira Abdul Manaf, who was sentenced to 5 years imprisonment for child neglect earlier today. Meanwhile, Zayn's paternal grandfather, Zahari Reba, said that while the court has delivered its verdict, police still have a duty to continue searching for Zayn's killer. Speaking to reporters after the proceedings this morning, he stressed that while his family has been slandered and vilified online by irresponsible quarters, they will continue to pray for divine justice against those who wrong them.
Walaupun keputusan sudah diambil, cuma saya nak tahu apa status kes pembunuhan Zayn Rayyan. Sehingga kini, polis menjalankan kesihatan gagal. Pembunuh masih ada di luar sana. Saya minta pihak bertanggungjawab meneruskan siasatan dengan telus dan adil. Selama 2 tahun, keluarga kami telah dianiaya. Telah difitnah dalam medsos, media, tapi kami sabar. Ini semua dah ketentuan Tuhan. Tapi kena ingat, kami sentiasa berdoa kepada Allah SWT, semoga orang yang memfitnah, menganiaya kami akan terima balasan. Walaupun di dunia tak ditunjukkan kifarahnya, insya-Allah di akhirat itu pasti.
From now on, you can also listen to KiniNews on Spotify and Apple Podcasts. Scan the QR code on the screen to follow us.
Bersatu Youth has called on the media to stop covering housing and local government minister Ngar Korming's events to serve as a lesson to him and other leaders. This came after the minister allegedly intimidated a reporter from Utusan, Malaysia, when asked about the use of English for a tourism-related program. In a statement, the wing's information chief Haris Idham Rashid condemned Ngar's actions, which he said demonstrated a lack of respect for media practitioners and is an apparent intent to punish the journalists for asking what they considered a very relevant question. He said Ngar's remarks reflected the arrogance of a cabinet member in the Madani government and questioned the minister's defensive tone. Harris added that it seems as though the minister does not wish to strengthen the use of the national language. Ngar had drawn flack from press groups when he told the Utusan Malaysia reporter during the pre-launch of the I Light You project that he would contact the journalist's chief editors over the question. He reportedly said that he didn't want the reporter to come to the event and highlight something that would spoil the whole thing. The minister had also explained that since it was a tourism event, it was more appropriate to use English to appeal to international visitors. Meanwhile, government spokesperson Fahmi Fadzil has stressed that the government respects the reporter's right to ask questions. He said this in response to a statement by the National Union of Journalists Malaysia on the matter.
Dan dalam mesyuarat Jabatan Menteri, saya telah menyatakan bahawa pendirian kerajaan adalah sangat jelas, yang mana wartawan berhak untuk bertanya apa jua soalan dalam mereka menjalankan tugas mereka sebagai wartawan. Dan setiap jawapan ataupun respon yang diberikan oleh menteri perlulah disampaikan dengan berhemah serta berlandaskan prinsip keterbukaan, di samping saling menghormati antara media dan juga pihak kerajaan.
Bersatu Information Chief Tun Faizal Ismail Aziz has hit back at suspended member Wan Ahmad Faizal Wan Ahmad Kamal over his claims that the party's disciplinary board is targeting Deputy President Hamzah Zainuddin. In a statement, Tun Faizal described the claims as baseless and irresponsible. He said the accusation reflected Wan Faizal's desperation and was aimed at creating a negative perception of the party's integrity. He added that Wan Faizal should not preempt or make assumptions about the disciplinary board's actions before any official statement is issued. He stated that the move shows political immaturity and an attempt to interfere with an internal process that is still underway. Tun Faizal also said that the claims that critics were victims of mere collateral damage was both false and misleading. He stressed that the statement is clearly a diversion tactic to deflect attention from their own proven breaches of the party's constitution and disciplinary rules. He also emphasized that the disciplinary board operates independently and professionally, basing its decision on complaints, evidence, and witness statements. Yesterday, Wan Faizal had claimed that Hamzah was the real target behind the party's recent purge of senior members and grassroots leaders. He claimed that Bersatu's disciplinary board's line of questioning during the proceedings against them was focused on Hamzah. Former Prime Minister Dr. Mahathir Mohamad has criticized the government over the recent US-Malaysia reciprocal trade agreement. He claims the deal sacrifices Malaysia's independence for the sake of American interests. In a post on Facebook, Mahathir called the deal a form of modern-day imperialism. He said Malaysia's founding leaders had long warned against neo-colonialism, and now those fears have come true. Mahathir added that the deal is a submission of our economic freedom, which we have worked hard to protect and build. Citing examples, he said Putrajaya had agreed to buy American goods like planes, gas, and machinery, and even give the US more access to Malaysia's rare earth resources. He claimed the deal forces Malaysia to open its markets under American terms and conditions, even dictating who Malaysia can trade with. While acknowledging there's an exit clause, Mahathir questioned if the US would accept Malaysia's decision to cancel certain terms easily. He added that if the government is using the exit clause to get out of a lopsided deal, obviously it doesn't know how to cut a deal in the first place.